Hello! Welcome to this edition of I'm Gonna Babble Whatever I Am Most Excited About Currently. It's been a really good week for footwear and Keith Haring items. So, let's kind of start at the top. Keith Haring is one of the most seminal United States artists. He was really active in the 80s. He was really big on AIDS activism and safe sex awareness, and a lot of his works went along with those themes to help, promote that. I don't remember because I was only very small in the 80s, but during that time, the AIDS crisis was new. Nobody knew what was going on. Really reminds me a lot of what's going on with current illnesses, COVID. Oh, don't cough in public. And he really did a lot to bring awareness to that whole area. Of course, he did end up dying of AIDS, I think in 1990. So, a lot was lost with the art world in that regard, but he did do a lot to help with those causes and also defined a style of new art, and that's graffiti, and especially a lot of the line work that is, I guess, real closely associated with his work. Incredible graffiti artist, but he's actually one who saw commercial success during his lifetime. And the really neat thing about that is he didn't just take that money and be like, all right, well, peace out, everybody. He actually did a lot with like public workspaces and I think like hospitals and community centers, and painted those with his well-known, very sought-after art. So super cool. I'm not an art historian. You can go and look at all of that kind of stuff, but really cool guy. And more recently, his foundation, so the Keith Haring Foundation, because he is deceased, they have really been promoting his work, and it's interesting. I love it because I cannot personally afford an original piece of Keith Haring's. So I like that I'm able to get these collaborations with well-known brands. But the interesting thing is, I mentioned that he's really well known for his AIDS activism, but the pieces that his foundation are putting out are a little bit more palatable for the public. He did this really big, his foundation did a really big release with Disney and Mickey Mouse. There's this huge Coach collection. Of course, the Swatch collection, of which I was able to get all of those. So it's just kind of interesting that I know that's more marketable and it's a little bit more commercial. I don't know how he would feel about it. It's a tricky one, but I do like that he has that foundation. They do some great things, and it's a way that you can get art that you wouldn't normally be able to afford. This shirt, let's see if I can get it in frame. This one is from MoMA, so the Museum of Modern Art, and I was thrilled. It's one of my favorite designs with this whole angel and demon thing, little bat demon. You can see why I might like that. And yeah, so enough of a little babbling. Let's get into the newest releases that have come out. I'm a little late on the videos because I've been working a ton, but there have been two really big releases that I've been thrilled about, and it has been an excellent footwear week. So I got two. Two collaborations. We've got one from Reebok and Martens, and they are amazing. So let's start kind of doing the unboxing. I have waited, I have not worn any of these, and yeah. This one I was able to get actually on the Reebok site on the day of the drop, and it was $90 for this runner. I'm not a big Reebok person. It reminded me of when I was a kid. My mom would wear like the jazzercise Reeboks, but they do make a really comfy shoe. Little boxing here. Nothing too special about the packaging. It looks like one of their standard boxes. Nice. Got this hair already. Weird. This one is, it's kind of neat. I don't know if this is going to come through in the video, but it's actually a charcoal color. So it's like a really dark gray, and then the whole thing is covered in this chalk line, which is super, super cool. And then one of his most famous themes are the barking dogs. And this one's actually stitched in. So everything else here is painted on the upper balance here, but we actually have the stitched barking dog. New shoe smell, amazing. And I bet the other shoe is going to look exactly the same. Oh, a couple of other little things. You do have the little insert here. That's just for you because no one else can see that it's Keith Haring. They would have to know, be in the know. And then you do have his name, his signature, and a couple of his little figural guys here on the tongue. And this one, nice little matching set. Ooh, I'm super graceful at this. Yeah, little sneakers. So, this release did come in a really big range of sizes, which was nice. I mean, I think they went from like size 3 all the way up to like 14 or 15. Someone can correct me on that. But yeah, really pleased about that because a lot of these collaborations will start at a men's size 6, and that doesn't work for me, so it sucks. But yeah, start at these like smaller sizes. So excellent with that. And then next one is Doc Martens. As you may know, I'm a little bit of a fan of these. Poor little lady. And I was able, this one, I was not able to actually get on the website because they sold out, and they sold out of my size, and I was a little late on the draw for this one because these did release a little while ago. A little bit of special packaging. Got the Keith Haring on the outside, so you know you're in for something good. And then inside, and the coolest thing on the inside, I'm not a huge keeper of boxes, shoe boxes. I used to, but this one's really neat. It has a lot of his figures just going around the edge. Of course, rainbow figures, giving us that LGBTQIA plus promotion and just recognition, really. So this one, I have never bought from this website before. It's Foot Action, and it's part of Foot Locker's thing, conglomerate. But the cool thing is they had this in the children's size. It wasn't even, so I have tiny feet. I wear like the men's size 4 or the kids 3.5, 4. I got the Reeboks in 4.5 for a little bit more room with like athletic socks. But this was silly inexpensive. So normally the Docs will run like 160 for these, but because this is the kid size, it's not even like the teenager size. This was like $65. So amazing. And it is probably my favorite Keith Haring image, which is that, whether you want to call it like the bat devil, kind of that barking dog, reminds you of a little bit of those like radiant lines coming out, but it is really nice. The only thing that I have been able to tell that's different between the adult sizes, size 4, and then like the children's size 4, is it tends to be a little bit shorter, and the kids ones tend to come with a zipper, whereas if you got this same design in the adult one, you wouldn't get that zipper. Works for me. I kind of like to have both styles with the taller and then a little bit lower. They're still 8-eye, they just make it shorter. Yeah, so we've got that really, really nice contrast. All of your typical Doc Martens stuff with like the yellow stitching, welted sole. This is really cool. I thought this was going to be like a little plastic thing that would be on the laces. It's metal. It's really nice. It's stamped and painted. So a little die stamp. It's just really, really well done. Of course, on the inside, you've got some of those barking dogs I spoke of. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a good picture of that. And that's just for you. And again, nothing too, it doesn't say like Keith Haring on the outside. So if you're familiar with his work, you'll see those. You'll be like, I got you. I can see what you're wearing. It's just really neat. I bet the other shoe's going to look exactly the same. Yes, there it is. Really excited to wear these. I'm going to try not to be too kitschy and wear everything Keith Haring. I think the swatch is a little subtle, so if you know, you know. And then, you know, this will just make into the regular selection of black footwear that kind of is the hoard of my closet. Yeah, so just wanted to kind of show you what's out there. From what I've seen, there are still both of these shoes out there if you're looking for them. There are a few other designs. one of the Doc Martens ones, I mentioned those little rainbow dancing figures. They have one where you've got sort of this embossing and then the figures on the back, which are really, really cool. I might break down and get those at some point, but we'll see. And then with the Reeboks, there were some other ones that were a lot more obvious as Keith Haring, meaning there was a white pair and it had his art all over it. So they were really, really bold. I cannot be near just about anything that's white clothing because I will ruin it. You know, makeup, shoes, I get it, and then just like instantly scuff it or like drop something on my shirt. So it's no go for me. Yeah, let me know if you're able to pick up any of these really neat Keith Haring collaborations. I kind of want to know what you think about these. How do you feel about collaborations coming out? Do you think it benefits the world at large, or is it a money grab thing? Again, foundation actually does some neat things. Different foundations for these artists who are dead. You know, they can do what they will with it, with those monies and those funds that they raise. Yeah, I kind of already gave you my thoughts on that, and that you do get some art out to the public. And I'm really big on trying to support the people who did the art rather than going to, you know, some of those sites that I'm not going to mention by name, where people will just kind of like filch one of those pictures off the internet and have like this really terrible, low, like grainy quality picture that they just like slap on a coffee mug or a shirt. I'm not about that. I don't like it when they do it for famous artists. I really don't like it when they do it for local artists or smaller artists who are still alive. Buy their art. You can get a print, something like that. Yeah, one of my big things in life, I guess you could say, is collecting art. It is my reason for working, you know, apart from the other good reasons. But yeah, support your artists in all different senses. Oh, I also brought, this one's kind of an interesting shirt that I have. It is from just Keith Haring. So like Forever 21 has a bunch of images that they've done. Uniqlo, I forget, there's a bunch of collaborations. This one's kind of interesting because it is just from his foundation. It's not a collaboration with anyone. And it kind of gives you an idea of what he believes with art. So the music, dance, theater, and the visual arts, the forms of expression, the arts of hope. This is where I think I fit in. So if you are an artist, thank you so much for being in the world. I love that you are here. And everyone, will do your best. We will do our best to support you. This is just me talking about the things that I like. I don't get paid for any of this, so I don't have sponsors or support. But you can like, you can subscribe, whatever. Sometimes I make videos, sometimes it's months. But yep, let me know any of your thoughts in the comments, and I will talk to you through the screen at some later date. Bye.